keeping me stuck inside. When will this go all away? No one cleans like Gaston, quarantines like Gaston. No one stops spreading COVID-19 like Gaston. I'm especially good at self-isolating. My, what a guy, that Gaston!
Coronavirus deaths in this country.
COVID-19, a new disease. What can we do? Which Corona, keeping me stuck inside. Quarantines, I can social distance. I don't care how far. It won't be that long. Wash your hands with Dial. It'll be worth your while. I cannot go anywhere, so guess I'll play ping pong. Let's all social distance to defeat this one. Quarantine's a bother. It is just no fun. Don't let friends in. Keep things real clean. Stay inside, 'cause we're under quarantine. Conceal, don't feel. Order to go. Get food to go. Just stay home. Just stay home. Can't go outside anymore. Just stay home. Just stay home. All your plans are now no more. It's not fair. I had plans today. Turn your Netflix on. COVID needs to go away right away. I've got hand wipes and hand soaps aplenty. I've got Purell and latex galore. You want toilet paper rolls? I've got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. Can't go on walks. Can't go have fun. If someone coughs, then I'm gonna run. Wandering free. Something unseen. COVID-19.
of Ignite, what I want you to do right now is that go online and text all your friends, 3 of your friends, 5 of your friends, 10 of your friends, 12 of your friends, some type of friend you
All your
have.
friends.
Tell them to get on Ignite Live right now.
Tune in every Tuesday at 1 o'clock for Student Takeover. Students just like you will be sharing their heart, a message that God's given them. Make sure you check us out on social media and watch it.
If you want to be a part of that, if you would like to share your heart or something that God's put on your heart, then message us and let us know. We'll be on Zoom again this Thursday from 2:30 to 3. So we'd love to see you guys and hang out with you. Love to see your all wonderful faces. If you need the ID number for the Zoom contact, then let us know, comment to us.
Also, Mr. Jonathan and Mr. Will will be doing a worship set again on Friday. So tune in with us on all our platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, and worship along with us.
So stay connected with us on social media and all of our platforms. That way you can know what's coming up and what we're doing and everything. And also, do we have any birthdays to announce?
No.
No! Oh, that's so disappointing that we don't have any birthdays to announce. We also want to do a challenge that if we get 100 subscribers on YouTube, we got 60 right now, last I checked. And when we get to 100 subscribers, we need to be planning on doing something. So if you got any ideas, I know I did the ice bath if we've got 50 subscribers. Now we want to get to 100. So you need to send in, chat with us, write it there online of what do you think I should do, or me and Miss Lauren should do, or just Lauren to do, or whatever like that we should do when we hit 100 subscribers. So we want to get there. So chat with us, write us in what you think we should do, and hopefully we'll get to 100 subscribers so we can do it.
Yep.
So we can do it. So stay with us. Don't go away. We're going to be doing some great things tonight. So stay with us. I don't want you to go anywhere, because at the end of the service tonight, when we have our discussion time, if you put your name in the chat box, then you'll be eligible to receive a free gift. So don't go anywhere. Hey students, do you have a friend that is just like your best friend at all time? Have you ever felt thankful that one of your friends gave you a heads up, even if it was awkward for them? You know, it was uncomfortable at a time, but ultimately you knew that they said what they said because they say things like, hey, I'm just looking out for you. You know, something like, hey, yo man, you have food in your teeth. Or come up to you and say, hey bro, I just want to let you know your fly is down. Or you know, you have ketchup on your forehead. I'm not sure how, but I'm just looking out for you. Or maybe you like someone and he comes up and you said, hey, that person that you're liking and that you're talking about right now is behind you, so don't do anything stupid. Now let's look at the other side. Have you ever felt like you should really say something to someone, but you really weren't sure how to go about saying it? I mean, telling your friend they have food on their face is one thing, but there are some big, uncomfortable things that are hard to talk about. So on the other hand, let's look at it. I mean, talking to a friend about a relationship that you don't think is good for them, or confronting someone about a decision that they're about to make, you know, that isn't that great, or speaking up about someone that you know what they're about to do is going to get them in trouble. Speaking up in a situation like that one is beyond difficult. I mean, your best friend is about to make a decision that you know for a fact their parents are not going to be okay with it. Paul actually talked about this very thing. To a letter that Paul wrote to Galatia, which today is modern day Turkey, Paul gives insight to this topic. He says, "Dear brothers and sisters, if another believer is overcome by some sin, you who are godly should gently and humbly help that person back onto the right path. And be careful not to fall into the same temptation yourself." Galatians 6:1. In other words, he's saying that we should actually go further than just saying something in a conversation. We should help someone get back on the right path, on the right track, what God says is best. The point is, according to Paul, with humility and gentleness, you and I can help people who are struggling with making poor decisions get back on the right path. In Galatians 6:2, Paul finishes up, says, share each other's burdens, and in this we obey the law of Christ. I mean, think about it this way. In the world of, going to the gym, there's a person known as a spotter. A spotter is there to help. When the weight gets too heavy, the person doing the lifting is no longer able to lift the weight on their own. When that happens, the spotter carries the weight too. They carry the burden of the barbell along with the person doing the lifting. That is what we are supposed to do to help people get back on the right path. Paul cared deeply about the people of Galatia, which is why he wrote what he did. He knew that the most loving thing to do isn't always the easiest thing to do, but we owe it to each other to speak up. In other words, Jesus' followers, as Christians, we are supposed to do more than just speak up when someone is doing something wrong. Being kind, helpful, and encouraging shows people that we want to help them out of love. Hard conversations aren't easy, but avoiding a hard conversation isn't loving either. Now, you ask yourself this question, am I showing love in how I'm treating this person? Well, if you're going to choose to be known for your love for others, then when it comes to what you say and how you help others, remember this, let love be your filter. I mean, you already know how filters work. I mean, choose a filter on Snapchat or Instagram, no matter where you look, it changes what you see. The same is true for choosing love as a filter. When we help someone make a different choice than they've been making, we do it even if it makes us feel totally awkward in that moment. So what should a filter of love be applied to? Well, let me give you a few ideas. Let love be the filter for your involvement. If the loving thing to do is to get involved to help someone get back on the right path, then you should know what to do to take the next step. Next, let love be the filter for your words. Your words can spark hope or cast judgment. If you filter them through love, then your words can help someone else get back on the right track. Lastly, let love be the filter for your actions and reactions. You've heard the word say, actions speak louder than words. That is actually true. When we let love be our filter, we wind up sharing the burden of those we love. So your actions will speak louder. Not a lot of people need your words, but by you doing something and being that action and showing that action through love speaks more than just your words. Imagine how our schools, friendships, and families would be different if there were more people filtering their involvement, their words, and actions through love. Let's be people who let love be our filter so that we can help those we love stay headed in the best direction for their lives. Students, I challenge you this week. I know we're at home and I know we're stuck at home and everything, but what is something that you can do to show that love in your heart? Maybe writing a letter to your grandparents, letting them know that you love them and that you're there for them, something encouraging. Or maybe doing something at home that you weren't even asked to do, but you did it out of the love of your heart. Maybe there's a friend that you have right now that's really not going in the right direction. They're really not living for Christ and doing everything. I know sometimes we're able to get out and we see them. Maybe your words or just even your actions can help them get back on the right path. Not by condemning them and not by judging them, but by letting them know that, hey, I'm there for you, I love you, and this is the way we need to live our life. I challenge you to do that sometime before the end of this week. Hey, I love you guys. I miss seeing all your lovely faces. But you know what? I really want to give something away. So don't go anywhere. Live panel starts in 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, how are you doing? I'm so glad that. Why are you walking into the camera? What are you doing? Okay, well you're gonna see something in the camera shot, so I don't know what Lauren is doing. Wow, there's a big face. If you're watching on Instagram right now, Lauren is in your face. Wow, what are you doing? Okay, Jonathan, are you able to see that in the camera? Okay, so if you see something in the camera, we're using my phone to go live on Instagram, and if you were watching, Lauren just got in your face like majorly. So yeah, it's terrible, man, Lauren. I can't believe you did that. So hey, you know what? They can hear you talk if you actually use your microphone. Yeah, so they'll be able to hear everything you say.
This is a weapon.
Good Lord.
Hello, everybody. How is everyone doing today? Tonight? Oh, jeez. We just want to say hi and welcome to Ignite Virtual Service. We're so glad you're here. I need to pull up my Ignite. Okay, first off.
Sorry, I just want to mention something really quickly.
Okay.
I know tonight's service that you were watching pre-service is a little shorter tonight, but so we're going to be on here and talking with you. So again, if you want to be eligible to win a free gift tonight, we're going to actually draw three different times. So you have 3 chances to win. So right now in the chat box, whether you're on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, wherever you are watching, put your name down in the chat or whatever like that, or put who you are, and our people back there who are chatting with you are writing your name down, and then we're going to stick it in a bucket. And at the end of tonight, before we click off, then we will draw a name, and then me and Miss Lauren are going to actually physically deliver something to your house, correct?
Yay.
We're going to deliver.
We are.
We're going to deliver something straight to your house.
Can we just tell them what it is?
From well, yeah, I mean we can.
So 3 lucky viewers will win a free pizza.
Large pizza.
Delivered
We will,
your
and you can
house.
connect with us and tell us exactly what type of pizza you like, and we will come and knock
Yes.
on your door and
Within
deliver it to
reason.
you.
Of course.
Within reason, but we will deliver that to your house. So you have 3 chances to win. So put your name down
your
in the
name
chat box,
down.
so we can write your name down, and you can be maybe a lucky winner tonight.
So who all do we have on with Hope is on, Madison, Lauren Watts, Jameson, another Madison, Heather, who is Heather?
I think is that Colton?
I don't think so. Jonathan Matthews, Colton, maybe that is her. Skylar, Sylvia, Lewis.
Oh, parents.
Somebody else I don't know.
Hey, hold on.
Leela.
Parents, if you're watching
Ooh,
and they're
JB. Hey, JB. Okay.
parents, if you're using your account for your student to watch, put your student's name
Yes.
down in the thing so we
Yeah.
know what
Write
student
their name down.
is what. If you're using parents, if your student is using your account on YouTube with your name, put your student's name down under there so we can know who that is. So,
So why don't we just start off and catch up with everybody from last week? It has. Is there anything new going on? What have you been doing? Which is probably not a lot. What have we been doing, Pastor T?
we have done
Not a lot of
nothing
nothing.
except work. We work. That's what we do.
He is mainly at the church, and I am mainly taking care of our kids.
I'm mainly at the church.
Which is
I
wonderful.
am at the church.
You are
working
every day. So faithful. And
So
we went to Lowe's this past weekend and bought a few things.
she went
And
to
that
Lowe's.
was fun. I was like,
She went to Lowe's.
people, whoa. It's amazing. Heather Douglas. Hey, Heather. And Sophia is on her mom's account. That's
I'm
awesome.
not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna wave. Hi.
Okay, so I hope everyone heard your sermon because that was an introduction to what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Or
So
was
the
it
bottom
introduction?
line
It was just-
tonight, the bottom line that we're gonna be talking about tonight a little bit is let love be your filter. Like I said in the video, if you watch the video, like we all know what filters are. You know, your Snapchat, your Instagram, you know, you can put filters on anything. You can put filters on anything to make things look differently, you know.
Or to enhance
or
yourself.
to enhance yourself. So you know what filters are, but we were talking about let love be your filter. Let love take the place of everything in what you say and what you do. And then there are times that I said it in the video that, you know, it's easy to be a really, really good friend to say, hey, there's food in your teeth, but it's other, you know, it's sometimes it gets hard when we have to tell a friend something that they don't really want to hear by telling them that the relationship they're about to get in is bad or what you're about to do. I know your parents are going to, like, ground you for, like, the rest of your life, so you don't need to be doing that. You know, it gets hard to do things like that, but instead of saying it in a derogatory way or like you're just the amazing person that points out everybody's flaws, the way you say it,
basically no one likes you.
Yeah, you know, you say it in love and say it in a, you know, in a loving way, not to demean them, but just to hold them accountable, basically.
Yes, and I think we can get to that maybe in a little bit, but I think when you're not correcting someone in love or maybe showing someone how they could do better in love, I think it has a lot to do with you and that person's relationship.
Yeah.
And even your maybe reputation. I mean, if you're known to be goody two shoe, it just, you know, it has a lot to do with your relationship. So, so if you already don't have a good relationship with that person, I don't know. You may not be the right person to point that out.
And nobody.
If it's a hard thing, I mean, if they've got broccoli in their teeth, by all means. If I'm telling you, if you don't tell me, if you know I have broccoli in my teeth and you don't tell me, I'm coming after you when I find out. Like, that happened one time to me, and I was like, "Are you serious right now? I've seen like 80 people today."
It's not me. It wasn't
and
me.
you didn't tell me I looked like this. Like, what is going on?
You know, I mean, granted. You know, no one wants to be known as the self-righteous, like, person who does no wrong and points at everybody else. Because listen to me, we're all human. We're all going to make mistakes, and you have past things that maybe, you know, that same other person, you have a past, and so do they. And they've messed up, and you've messed up. So no one wants to be known as that. But, and really, if you're a really, you know, good friend, like you call yourself they're my friend, then you might as well tell them that they've got something in their teeth. Or, you know, for guys, I mean, tell that dude his fly is wide open and tell him to zip it up. I mean, do that. Do that. I mean, really. I mean, that's a big deal. For guys, that's a really big deal. I mean, geez.
Unless he's being mean, then let him. Just kidding.
Oh, that's wrong.
Okay, so we wanna have some fun right now.
All right, so get ready to chat, guys. Get ready to chat in the thing. Get ready to type it in.
Wait, hold on. If you just jumped on and you haven't told us your official name, some of you have strange profile names. Tell us, comment and tell us your first and last name.
We don't want your account name. Like if you're Hacksaw Ridge 251. You know, we don't know who you are, so you know.
Hacksaw Ridge 251.
Yeah,
we don't know you, so put your name.
We don't know one like the Grim Reaper 56. You know, we don't know who you are.
Oh,
so
hello, the Grim Reaper is on with us tonight. Everyone pray.
Everyone pray because the Grim Reaper. Okay, but so again, put your name down. Also, before we go in, if you have a prayer request that you want us to pray over tonight, make sure you send that in. And our leaders will text us, the people who are chatting with you will text us and let us know, and so we can pray over your needs tonight as we go through this tonight.
Yes, send us the prayer requests.
But let's have some fun tonight. So tell us, I'll go ahead and do the first one. You can do the second one. How's that? Tell us, what is your favorite Instagram or Snapchat filter? Personally, we did Adeline's one time. And it was one of our favorite, just because the new Star Wars just came out, and you can put yourself in the X-wing TIE fighter deal, and it spins and everything, and it was just really, really cool because we love Star Wars to the uttermost. So
that was cool. I think that was on Facebook Messenger though.
Oh, Facebook
I don't know
Messenger.
if that was on anywhere else.
Okay, personally, I like the filters. I don't know if this is a guy thing. Probably not. But I like the ones with like the dust in them. Those are pretty. Those are so pretty.
The big mouth. Oh,
Big
yeah.
mouth. Okay, I don't have a Snapchat. I am behind the times, so I have actually never seen that one. You know what? Another one is really fun.
We have Instagram, most of it.
We do. Another one. Okay, so the vintage filters. Yes, I'm all about those. Those are fun too. The rain. Okay, this person. You can Silent Wolf. You have to. Is this Colton? I think this is Colton. Remember the rainbow barf filter? Okay. I don't. Oh, you know what? I think I do remember that one.
I don't remember that one.
Yes.
So somebody barfs
Okay.
up the rainbow? Somebody barfs up the rainbow?
I think when you stuck your mouth open, yes. The rainbow came out.
Wow, that's interesting. Wow.
You know, they come up with, who comes up with this stuff? Like, that must be a fun job. I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying.
This is a cool job. Let's like the one in their mouth and they barf out a rainbow.
Oh my
Who
God.
thinks of something like that?
Have you guys done the Disney one? The Disney, Who
Wait.
Are You Disney thing?
I love doing that one.
That
I was
is
Simba.
so fun. Yeah, you were Simba.
I was Simba.
And I was Dory, which is hilarious. So I guess they picked me pretty good. So funny.
I'm going to be very nice
So,
on
yeah, you
live
better
right
be very
now
nice.
because she was Dory.
You got
so.
Simba. You got a stinking awesome one. I got the fish.
I'm going to be really
What? We're taking this contest again. This filter.
you have short-term memory loss.
Okay, I was right. Silent Wolf is Colton. Okay, so anybody else have any favorite filters?
favorite
Oh,
filters?
do you like to use filters? Some of you are like, what is a filter? Most of you know what
I
it
just
is.
like the sunglass one.
The sunglasses are
Instagram.
cool.
It just makes you look
I
cool
forget
with
what
them
that's
sunglasses.
called. That's on Instagram. Heart freckles on Snapchat. Ooh, super cute. So, or tell us, do you not use filters a lot? Or whatever? Since we're
Sometimes you don't even post them. You just like to
Leela
like
says the
watch 'em.
gibberish one on Instagram. That one's fun. The dog and the alien one. Cool. So filters are fun. Okay, so why are filters so much fun to use? Talk to us. Why do you guys, since you are the modern youth of America,
Makes you look weird.
modern youth, why are using filters so stinking fun sometimes? I guess some of you don't use them all the time. I just think they're different. you
Well, they
know?
make you look differently.
They make you look different. Yeah.
I mean, they
They
make
do.
your
They
appearance. They
do.
make your appearance like
They make
some
you look
of
better.
some of them. It makes your appearance look terrible. Like you're like the worst looking person in the entire universe. You know. So
But you know what? One of the things. Okay, as you're commenting, come on, guys, comment with us, engage with us, you guys. If you are listening, don't just sit there and watch. Yes, watch us, but engage with us. Comment, even if you don't normally do that, just comment with us. That way we can know what everyone's thinking. 'Cause
write
it's hard to know what you're
hello.
thinking on social media. So what do you like about the filters? One of the things that always gets me is it doesn't. At least on Facebook Messenger, I use the ones on there a lot. It doesn't matter what filter you use; they all make your face look better. So they just, they
Some
just
of
blot
them.
out. They correct your blemishes, and it looks like you walked into a makeup studio and you came out. I mean, even though it might be crazy looking, you still look good. I'm like, dang, all of these make you look better.
that's why
know.
Lauren uses filters. It makes her look better. So
Yes, I like to use filters. I think they're fun. I don't always do them. I really don't always do pictures of myself, but when I do, I usually use a filter. Oh my gosh. Okay.
So really, the pictures you see of Lauren are not really herself because she filters everything, and uses that. So that's not really her.
So Annabelle, I like Annabelle's answer. She says filters give some people confidence they don't already have. I absolutely agree with that. Sylvia, hide the ugly. Sylvia, you can never be ugly. Don't you ever use that word. I'm just kidding. But it can be, some people I can totally see why you say that. Lewis, makes you look cool. Yes. Jameson, they brighten your day if it's bad. Yeah, absolutely. They make you laugh. Some of them are so ridiculous. Some of them say, some of you said stupid, better. Hope said the same thing. Filters hide the ugly sometimes. Haha. They make your skin look clear. That's good.
So if
Very
you have a
good.
pimple on your face, you can like blot that out. So
Erase the pimple. So funny. So, so I guess there's different filters that some of us use for different situations or a different audience. Like for instance,
right.
if we were doing something, if we're doing a video or whatever to youth, to you guys,
Sometimes we'll
that might
we'll-
be different than what we would do personally.
Yeah, I mean, there
Not
are
really.
different filters for different people in different situations. I mean,
Yeah.
it depends on what area you're at and who you're trying to reach. Will depend on what filter you use. So
Yeah, I think it's important. Also, just for the sake of saying this, we're talking about filters. We'll get to the point in a second, but I think it's important to, obviously not use them all the time because, we want people to see the real you. But yes, they're fun to use. Super.
we like filters. Filters are fun. But
So,
let me ask you guys
all
this
for
question.
commenting.
Yeah, you're doing great at commenting. So let me give you something else to comment and chat down. Here it is. What are some situations where it may be difficult for you to get involved or speak up when we know we should say something? Like, basically, like gossiping or lying or something like that. If somebody's doing that and you know someone is doing that gossiping or lying or not doing something they should do, when do you feel like, is it difficult for you to get involved? Is it difficult for
Yeah.
you to speak up? Are you,
Yeah.
because some people are not shy at all. You may
Oh,
not
yeah,
be
there's
shy.
some
You
people who
may be
aren't.
just that one person who just speaks out and just says, you're doing something wrong and it's bad, and you're like going to be grounded for the rest. You may not be shy at all, but some of you,
Right.
maybe. You
Yeah.
may be shy in talking. So is it hard for you? You can write, easier. Is it hard for you to speak up, or is it hard
Right.
for you to get involved, or is it easy for you? It may be very
Yeah.
easy for you just to jump into people's situation in their life and tell them they're doing something wrong.
Or or like you said, give us, or what is the situation where it may be really difficult
Yeah, what are
to
some
speak
situations
up.
that it would be very difficult for
To
you,
speak
even though
up about
it you may be the not shy person, you may be able to speak out, but that this situation would be difficult for you to say something. I know for a
There could
fact,
be a lot of different answers with that.
I know for a fact, going back to when I was a teenager, telling someone that relationship that they're in is not the right relationship, whether it's boy or
Yes.
girl, but they really like that
Yes.
person, you cannot, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but you can't tell that person that relationship is
Oh,
bad.
no.
They don't listen to you.
They don't listen to you.
And so
Well, and when you're in
you
a
get to the
relationship,
point to where you just stop and let them
Yeah.
make their own mistake.
yeah,
I don't want to get involved in your personal life and in your drama. So, so sometimes they don't.
okay.
Oh, that
Well,
was a
so
good
when
one.
one of your friends is bullying someone else, oh yeah, that can be hard
And
because
you still want to be friends with that person.
well, right, but if you say something to them, you're afraid they're gonna switch around and mess with you.
Which I mean,
I can see how that would be hard. That's a
yes,
difficult
that is-
situation.
that is a
Absolutely.
very difficult situation.
Okay, so hold on, let me look it up. Some people say that they don't like getting people in trouble. Okay,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
No one wants to be a tattletale.
Right, no one wants to be that. That's the biggest thing to me. No one wants to be known as the tattletale.
Well, Cassidy, you're not
Cassidy,
shy
you need to do
at
a little
all.
workshop on
You
how
know,
to tell
what-
people what they need to know. No. Just,
Don't do
JB
that.
says he will say something in a heartbeat.
Some of you ain't shy at all. But when we come to Ignite, some
not
of you are
really.
like the quietest people ever. And
Yeah,
so
then
what's wrong
speak
with
up.
you?
No. Not really. My friends expect me to speak up. Madison says when you don't want to hurt that person's feelings, absolutely.
Yeah.
Lewis says he's afraid of sometimes it can be afraid to speak up because of getting bullied because of his opinion. that can definitely be hard to handle or hard to figure out.
Yeah.
It's hard because you don't know how they will react.
That's a big deal.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't want to hurt people's feelings.
You
That's
know,
been said a bunch of times.
There's, you know,
Yeah.
if you're a
Yeah.
true friend, if you call yourself that person's friend, I mean, really,
Yeah.
if you call yourself that person's
Yeah.
friend, you will do what it takes to speak up in a situation.
Yeah.
Not to tear
Yeah,
them
it's
down,
true.
but just say, listen, I just want to help you out. I'm
Right.
just here for you. So, you know,
Yeah,
to be a
and
true
that's
friend.
where I really feel, because I had a personal story of that in my own life, but I think it all depends on the relationship you have with that person. I mean, obviously, if we're talking about best friends or whatever,
Yeah,
then,
or family. I mean, family for that matter too.
then
you know.
you should totally be able to talk to them.
And
if you are a best friends, I mean, if your relationship,
yeah.
if you aren't really close, then I can see how that would be.
You know, it's almost like that question
hard.
that people ask, you know, should you tell someone what they're doing wrong, or should you help that person out even though you know it's going to hurt them? Does that make sense?
What do you guys
Like,
think?
should you speak up to that person even though you know that what you're going to say is going to either not hurt them physically,
not
but
physically, yeah.
hurt them in here, in their heart and even in their soul, even though, you know,
Right.
it's...
Do you think that you should speak up if
Yeah.
that happened to you? Do you think you should say something to your friend if you know it's going?
Even though they may not want to hear what you're about to say and it's going to hurt them in their soul or in their heart, but you're saying, I need to tell them this. I mean, is it...
And if you guys are close, if this is one of your closest friends,
Yeah.
per se, do you think you should speak up if it's going to hurt them? What do you guys think? Madison says yes. Annabelle, it might be hard, of course.
That would be very hard.
JB says I would. Tommy says definitely. Let us know, Mickey. Totally. You know, I think it's easy to say this. I think it's a whole lot easier to say you will. But when you are
in that situation.
in the situation, I mean, sometimes I think we hesitate, obviously, because it's hard. That's really good.
Oh, that's really good.
Lauren
that's
said,
really good.
She thinks she definitely tell them because it will hurt worse in the long run than if you didn't tell them.
If you don't tell,
right.
yeah.
Absolutely.
No, that's really, really good.
These are all really deep. Hope
like
says
it. We like you
yes.
writing.
Leela says yes. TJ Faircloth, I'm not sure who this is. Tell me your name.
So tell us your name.
Yes, but comfort them. I like that. Yeah. Hope says, I hesitate a lot, but I would do it for the better. Annabelle, yes, but try to make them understand what they are doing that is wrong. Shayna, I think if it jeopardizes their relationship with Jesus, you should try to talk to them and pray for them. Okay. Good. Skylar, gotcha. Hi, Skylar.
Hi, Skylar.
You probably said that and I forgot.
We just don't know.
Okay. Gosh, those are all really, really good.
Okay, so get ready to chat. We're going to ask you some more questions. So this is like a small group thing.
I like this next
like
question
this.
because it could be taken in a bunch of different ways.
Yeah. How can you tell the difference between being judgmental and being helpful?
Ooh.
Like, you know.
So if you are approaching someone about something, or if someone approaches you about something about you or a close friend or whatever, how can you tell the difference between
being
judgmental and being actually being helpful?
Yeah, because the way your words come out by you trying to help someone could sound judgmental to someone, you know, or you know, it's the way you word things and the way you approach and how you, you know, basically they would say your fluctuation in your words sometimes can sound judgmental, you know, or they can sound helpful. So it's totally up, you know, how do you...
Layla, when the person says something to you all the time that you can't change, I think that was meant to be for the previous. So how can you tell the difference between someone being judgmental and someone being helpful? Very good.
Wow. Who said that?
Crystal.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tommy, it depends on how you say it and what you say. Mhm.
Yeah.
If you're approaching them out of spite, then you're just being judgmental. That's really good.
Oh
That is
yeah.
very
if you're
good.
Just yeah.
Four-sided triangle. I think that is JB. Is that you? No. I'm trying to remember who that is. You had that's a very good point. Yeah, if you secretly have, I don't know, something against this person,
And you're just
like
getting
you
into
think
their,
what they're doing is just
and
you
you're
know what I
doing
mean?
it to spite them.
Mhm.
Yes, that is totally.
Yeah, just make sure what's the reason behind your action. What's the, let love be. That's what we're talking about. Let love be your filter. If you are speaking to them through a spiteful attitude, even though you might say you're not, but be
Yeah.
honest with ourselves. We got to be honest with ourselves,
Yeah.
And I'm talking to myself here because,
She doesn't
let
despite
love
me,
be
so,
your
you know.
filter.
Lauren judges me all the time. So
Oh my goodness.
she condemns me and puts me down, and it hurts my heart. So
Pastor
so-
T, I need to work on that.
So you
I
just
don't
heard it.
think I
She
do that.
no, she doesn't. I'm just messing with her.
So Hope, being helpful would be doing things out of love. Madison, what you say needs to be in that person's best interest. You
Oh,
should
yeah.
not say something in order to put yourself above that person. Absolutely.
Yes,
And
no
I
one-
think a lot of times
We do that.
we do that.
sometimes, a lot.
When we approach someone secretly, be honest with yourself. You're secretly putting yourself above them because of what they're doing.
Because listen,
That's not right. That is just simply not
because
right.
again, you have a past and you've messed up and you've done things
Yes.
wrong. So you're not.
you are
no
not
one.
any better than them.
No one is
You- you
above
know?
anybody else. No one is a better
No.
Christian than somebody else. You're all on
No.
the same level, and you've all messed up, and you've all made mistakes. So just because you're pointing someone out their flaws and telling them that they need to, doesn't make you better than them. By what you say. Don't.
Madison Bots. Oh my gosh, Madison. Yes, very good. So that there was a lot of good comments there.
Yeah. You want to do the next one?
Yes, and we sort of already spoke on this, but why do you guys think it's important to have a relationship with someone in order to get involved or in order to have a pass to even speak to them? Why do you think it's important to have a relationship?
I think personally, I'll just start this one off. I think
we
it's
already
good
went
to
over
have a relationship because when you have a good relationship and a connection with someone, when you go to speak to them, they will listen to you.
Right.
Your reputation, like Miss Lauren probably already said, your reputation and how you are when you go to approach someone and having that good relationship, they will listen to what you have to say and take it to heart.
Because they trust you.
They trust you. There's a big trust factor in this whole thing. Like
that's true.
if you break that trust, then it's going to be very hard for that person to hear what you have to say. So you got to have that good relationship. A really good relationship.
Tommy, people are more willing to trust and listen to you if they have a personal connection to you.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Anyone else? Why do you think it's important to have a relationship with someone before you speak to them about anything that's going on? Madison says they will believe that you care about them and want to help them out. Right, which is the underlying reason of why we approach people anyways.
Yeah. We don't want
because we care and we don't want to see them continue to stumble.
Yeah.
And stumble and stumble.
we don't we don't want that. We don't want people to mess. We want to be there for them. I mean, and that goes into the next
Yes.
one. When I read in Galatians 1:2 tonight, Paul talking, telling them that help that person, get them on the right path, but don't you fall into the same temptation. And then it follows on to says, help carry their burdens. So
yes, that's Galatians 6:1-2.
Yeah.
Can we type that into the comments, you guys? Galatians 6:1-2.
So when Paul talks
Actually
about
have that, yeah.
carrying your burden and carrying and helping others get on the right path, but you don't also fall into that yourself. Oh, here it is. Here it is. It said, Paul said in Galatians 1-2, brothers and sisters, if someone is caught in a sin, You who live by the Spirit should restore that person gently. But watch yourself, or you may also be tempted, carrying each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. So basically, what does it look like to carry someone else's burden? You know, like I talked to you about in the video, like a spotter. When you
Aw.
lift weights and you're on a bench and you're pressing, there's
Yeah.
someone there that when you can't lift anymore after doing those reps and you can't do it anymore, there's someone there to help you lift that weight with you to put it back onto the deal. Carrying someone else's
Yeah.
burdens and carrying someone else's struggles, you know, what does that look like?
That's a
you know?
really, I don't know, that's a really powerful statement to me. What is it? What did you just say? What does it look like to carry someone else's burdens? What does that look like to you? So, comment with us.
So comment
you
with
know
us.
what that reminds? That reminds me of the. That reminds me of the story in the Bible of Moses and the battle of. I forget what it's called, but who helped him?
Oh,
hold
and
his
so
arms
when
up.
Joshua was battling the Amalekites and Moses
Yes,
was on top
that
of the
battle.
mountain and Aaron and Hur held his arms
Yes.
up in the air, because the story goes that as long as Moses' arms were up in the air, the Israelites were winning the battle. When his
Right.
arms dropped,
His arms dropped. They were going to
they
lose.
they
were
started to
losing.
lose. So Aaron and Hur, his two closest friends,
Closest friends. Yeah.
one of them was his brother.
One of them was his brother. Yeah.
held his arms up in the air. I mean, that right there is helping someone.
They literally, the Bible literally says that they literally held his arms up in the air for the duration of the battle, and Israel won. That is one of my most favorite stories. I mean, think about that. Think about the loyalty and the friendship. You know, that's carrying somebody's burdens.
Because his arms got
Okay.
tired. It said his arms got
Yes, right.
tired.
I
of
mean, they
holding,
would. The blood
mean,
would rush out of your
you
arms.
know, and then drop it. Because I mean, so they were there to help. So what does it look like to carry someone else's burden?
So, Louis, to know that you are not being offensive. And Sasha, the approach is everything. God's word says that his gentle, love and goodness leads us to repentance. So those were comments about the other thing. So what does it look like to you? Like personally, has
anyone?
something ever happened? Yeah, in your life.
Yeah. Have you ever had someone do that for you? Is there
Yeah.
ever been anyone there who's helped you carry?
Yeah.
Even though it's not their burden, it's yours, but they were there to help carry it with you.
So
You
I
know.
will say this. So before this is real, very recently personal. So before we got to church tonight, and this, you guys don't have kids. One day you will, and you'll understand. I was trying to get the kids ready for church, and it was like beating your head against the wall. Literally trying to nail Jello to the wall, and it wasn't happening. And they were screaming. They were both screaming, and I didn't know what my middle name was. I had no idea what my middle name was. And Pastor T was so sweet. Pastor T cleaned the kitchen while because on Wednesday nights, the house is just destroyed. I mean, it looked amazing.
Gold
like,
star for me.
It was spick and span because I have to make sure it's spick and span before all the stuff starts. And once we get out of the door, it looks like a tornado went through there. Like, how could this happen? Like, this was like the last 30 minutes. What happened? And so when we get home, we have to clean up. But he was so sweet. He cleaned the
happened? I
whole
cleaned
kitchen.
up the whole kitchen.
You did. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. So anyways, he carried my burden, I guess, which is our burden. We
Your burden
burden
is
together. Okay, so any personal stories? So has someone helped carry burdens for you?
Or have you ever done it for someone else, too?
Anybody?
Is anybody chatting with
Let's
us at
see.
this moment?
Yeah, people are. Let's see. Skylar, they can tell you a problem and you can understand, but also give what you need to get you through. Very good. Wow, that's really good. Say what? Crystal, when it affects you just as much as it affects your friend.
Can you say
or whoever it is that's affecting.
You know,
that's really good.
You know, a
Yes,
lot of
that's
times you
absolutely
carry
good.
someone else's burdens with you when they're going through the same thing that you maybe have gone through.
Oh, yes.
You know, Maybe you've gone through that same exact situation that person is going through, so you know what it means to get through it, and you know how to get through it, so you're able to be
Yep.
there and say, hey, look, I know what you're going through.
Yeah.
Let's care. I'm here to help you out.
And it's
know.
sometimes unless you've been through what they've been through, and you try to not correct, but whatever, help them or carry their burdens. Sometimes being that person, it doesn't work out because
You don't know exactly
you don't know
what they're
what's going
feeling.
on. Yeah, you don't know how they feel.
There's a
You
different
don't-
feeling for
mhm,
everything else.
unless you've been there. And that's why this is a totally different subject, but I feel like maybe we should touch on it. That's why sometimes we wonder, why do we go through what we go through? Why has this happened to me? Why is my life this way? Why is this happening right now? Blah, blah, blah. And we just wonder, and we ask God, why, God, why? And you know what? It may not even be about you. It may be for someone else, maybe a friend, maybe someone you haven't even met yet. And God is allowing you to go through this because you're coming out at the end victorious is going to give the friend or whoever is coming
Down the
behind you
road,
down the
yeah.
road, that's going to give them the victory too.
And you're going to see them go through that, and you're going to be like, hey, I just went through that,
Yep.
so I can help that
And God,
person out.
yep,
You know, so
and God will give them the victory through you, using you. And so that's why a lot of times we wonder, God, why
And that's-
is this happening to me?
and that's your
That's
testimony.
the reason. Hmm.
And that's your testimony.
Yeah.
By you just saying and telling
Yep.
your story
Yeah.
could help somebody else
Yep.
out. So that is your testimony. So
That's why we want to do the Takeover Tuesday or Student Takeover Tuesday. So listen, if you've this is off topic, but if you've got a story, if you have a message to share, like a real message, then please let us know because other people can totally benefit from that. So-
again, as we're going through this, if you got a prayer request that you want to send in that you want us to
Yes.
pray over tonight, please send that in. Keep, if you're logging on, keep writing in your name so we can put it in the bucket and we can draw tonight. So don't forget that.
Wow. Sylvia says, her stepmom helped carry the burden of her father passing, and she helped keep her accountable for her actions.
Wow.
Oh, you guys, we're praying for you. We're praying for
Yes.
you. We're praying for you. I can't even imagine what it feels like right now, not being able to really be with people. Yes, very good. Oh, we hear you guys. And yes, that might be a little bit different example.
Lauren, do you do everybody's work? Do you do everybody's
Listen,
work?
that just makes
to
you
give
that
people a
just makes
good
you
grade?
stressed out.
Why don't you just do your side and then see what happens when you don't do all
When
the
you're
work,
in a group
Lauren?
project and like you're the only one actually doing work.
Oh, that's
You know what? I
that-
can't even
I've,
handle
I've
that.
done that
Oh
when
my
when I
gosh.
was actually in
I
school.
feel your pain.
That
I
was
feel you.
it's
Makes you want to pull your hair out.
it makes you want to like, can I just get a grade for just what I did? Because I did the stuff and the other
Yeah.
people did absolutely
Sheesh.
nothing.
Yeah, but you know what? Maybe that's where you shouldn't carry their burden because they need to get their own stinking burden and do your work. Cry out. Because we're all in this together. Okay.
No, do not start singing. No, do not start
Um,
singing High School Musical.
All right,
please.
so do you personally in your life know anyone who that you think does a great job filtering his or her actions, involvement, everything they do through love? Do you know someone in your life personally who you think does a great job letting love be everything they are about? And if so, if you do know someone, let us chat with us. Let us know. And what stands out to you about this person? How has their effect really meant? How has their effect really meant a lot to you? Is there what about
Please
you,
write.
Pastor T? Is there anyone in your life that has done a great job filtering everything they do? They filter through love, through what Jesus would do. Jesus, you guys, Jesus would love. You know, that a lot of times we say, "What would Jesus do?" WWJD. You know, he would love. You
And
know, he would love first.
You know, he showed us
You know,
love by carrying everybody's burdens, everybody's sin when he died on the cross.
Yep,
I
absolutely.
mean, he took on the greatest burden.
He loved even those who
Yeah.
wouldn't love him back.
He loved them even while he was hanging up there. For the ones who wanted to kill him, he still
Yeah,
showed
The
love.
people who
I mean,
hated his guts, the haters, he loved them
Yeah.
anyways, even though they hated him and would never come to him. He loved them anyways. That's
he loved
amazing.
them anyways, yeah.
Oh, it's just her
Her
mother.
mom.
Oh, that's good, Kara. Oh, so sweet. Very good.
I know the person who stands out to me.
Yes. who?
You.
Oh God.
God.
No, each other doesn't count. Someone else. Someone. Oh, come on. Someone else. That's so
My
sweet.
dog.
Your dog. But you know,
Because
that's
I can
true
tell
because-
things to my dog and it doesn't say anything back to me. So you know,
And they just think you.
they're never judgmental. And they always
love you
wag
no
their
matter
tail
what.
and want to lick you.
You could be
all
a
over the
serial
face.
killer and they would still love you.
Yeah, they would still love you. So you know.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Dance instructor, yes. Let's see. Just dropped my phone.
You just killed your phone.
Her mom.
Who? What? Who said what? Her mom. Lauren just said, "Mommy."
Stop making me laugh. A lot of people are saying their moms. That's awesome. You know, and you really, you know, a lot of times let me just say this: we take our mothers for granted. You guys, there's a lot of students out there who, and they might even be watching. You know, who don't. Maybe their mom doesn't remind them of someone who does everything through love. You know, so just be very thankful for who you have around you.
No,
You know,
my-
just speak, even
you
if your
know-
mom isn't there for you. You know, there are people in your life who are and who will sort of fill that role for you. So
I know for a fact.
You know, be thankful.
Personally,
Be thankful.
One person that just did everything and loved and was always there for really anybody, regardless whether she knew them or not. She's not alive today, but my grandmother, my mom's mom, what I
Yeah,
called
Mama.
her Momo. She
Absolutely.
would do anything for anybody,
Yeah.
and no matter whether she knew them or not.
Yeah.
I mean, she was there with love in her heart until the day that she passed away. So, if I could think
She
of
was an amazing
someone,
lady.
if I could think of someone besides my parents and besides Lauren, if I could really think of back into someone, she would be the one that I would say would showed so much love. I mean, granted, she may not even know you, and you could just call her Mama just because she was Mama to everybody.
Yeah,
I
she
mean,
was everyone's mama.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you just called her that. That's what
Yeah,
she
definitely.
went by, and so she showed
Definitely.
so much love. You could go to her
Absolutely.
house and she would have food
Yep.
ready for you without
Yeah.
you even asking. So, you know,
Yeah. She was awesome.
yeah. So,
Miss Rita.
oh,
Yes.
my mom.
Miss Patty.
Patty,
Yes.
yes.
Miss Patty. Absolutely. She's awesome.
Yes.
You want to do the ones at the bottom? And try this, or I can start. Okay, so, all right. So the bottom line this week is let love be your filter. Let love be your filter. Let everything you do be filtered through love. So, you know, really practice. I think we should practice this week. Everybody, it doesn't matter who you are. In your actions, you know, and the things you say. You know, you might be, since we're all at home and probably we're all getting really tired of each other, you know, if you have like a sibling or whatever and they like steal the last bag of Cheetos or something and you're like, I'm seriously
I don't
about
think it's upset at Henry
murder
when
you.
Henry grabs something. I mean, she like screams.
Oh,
Henry!
yeah.
You
Yes,
know,
our
that's
children.
what she does.
Yeah,
so.
they're definitely practicing love
Yeah.
right now. Yeah, we're really trying with that. But like, you know, like what will you like before you just go off on them or whatever, you know? And that's a silly example. But let love be your
on them, you know?
let love be your filter, you know, or because love should be our filter, what am I going to say? What am I going to do in light of the fact that I'm going to, you know, that love should be what I say and do. So, you know, as we go through this next week, I think we should really pay attention more to like the situations that come up in our home, situations that come up at work, like if you guys go to work, when something happens, instead of being like, which is an attitude a lot of us have.
A lot of times we say, well,
Really?
that's their problem. That's not really my issue and, my problem.
Right.
But
Yeah.
when you see something, be that person in a loving way to go and confront that person or to be there for that person.
Confront
a
or
lot of
just
times,
love them.
a lot of times we don't
Yeah.
want to get into the mix of something because we say
Yeah.
that's not my problem. That's not my burden.
Or we
that's
just
not,
don't want to handle this.
Yeah, we don't want to
stress. Some more
handle the stress and everything like that. But
Mhm.
listen, you could be that one person that could help that
Yep.
person out of what. So you need to know what to say and what to do and
Yep.
when to say
Yep.
something and when not to say something.
Yeah.
There's certain
Mhm,
times
mhm.
and certain times when you need to say something and when you need to
Yes.
just keep your mouth
But you
shut.
need to be
So,
quiet. You need to shut up.
there are certain times to do that.
Yes.
So
Madison, a lot of times our emotions get us in trouble. Amen and amen.
yes.
We should take a moment to reflect on how we are feeling before we say and do something.
Yeah.
Yes, and you know what?
absolutely.
What is the
Stop.
phrase? Think before you act. Absolutely.
Yeah, like think about what you're about to say
Yeah.
before it comes out of your mouth. Because a lot of times
Yeah.
that's what we just do.
Yeah.
We just say the first thing that pops
Yep.
in our head and it comes out of our mouth and it's really like, man, I wish I could take those words
Yep.
back. But then we
Yeah.
can't. So you
Yeah.
need to just stop for a moment.
Yeah.
1 second is not going to hurt you by thinking of
Mhm.
what you're about to say. Is this going to come out? Is this going to come out judgmental or is this just going to help someone or do I not need to say anything at all?
Yeah.
What you're about to say affects because we just go off on our
Yeah.
emotions,
Yep. So think of the situations this week that might or probably are going to come up. It could be a situation with this it could be a situation with a sibling or something even more deep like a relationship with someone else or with a friend or whatever. Go ahead and be thinking about how Christ would want you to act or if like what Cassidy was saying, be Jesus with skin on. How would Jesus handle this? Jesus did everything with love, and how could I do the same thing? Don't just let whatever you want to say come out of your mouth. I mean, and some people, this is what I just hate this attitude. I don't say I hate it, but some people just like, well, that's just how I am. I just say whatever I want. And okay, that's there's one thing with you're just, do you know what I'm saying? Like there's on one hand, right, there's totally a way to be blunt without being painful, but you might be the person that says whatever's on your mind. You're just a really outgoing, blah person. Yes, that's nothing wrong with that. However,
when it comes out of your mouth,
right.
when it comes out of your mouth because you just say whatever you want could hurt someone very deeply.
So you might need to change the way you think about yourself. You might want to change the way.
Just think before you
do
say
things.
something.
Yeah,
basically.
really. You
Just
really might
think.
want to really think about it
Just-
because we
Just
hurt
take
people.
take a step
without
back
even
and just
thinking
think
about
about what you're about to say
Yeah.
before it comes out of your mouth.
Yes.
Because it's very hard to just say things with the way we feel because you're an extrovert. You're out there.
Right.
And you just say what you feel and you just say because you don't worry about what anybody thinks about you. And that's cool. But again, see how that would affect someone else by you doing that.
Yep.
How it could really hurt them. So I don't know, just take time to reflect and to think right before you say something. But as you say something, let love be interjected in there. Be like, hey, I love you, and the reason, I love you, and so I'm going to tell you this because I love you.
Yes.
I'm doing this not to point out you're wrong, but I'm doing
Right.
this because I love you and I want to be there
Yes.
for you. Let love
Yes.
be interjected in there.
Everything
like we're saying,
you're about is
let
about
love be your filter. Let love be interjected in what you say and what you do, and know when the time is to get involved and when not to get involved. Know when it's time to say something and when not to say something. Know that your actions speak louder than your words. By you just showing love and
Really
doing things
do.
out of love will speak more than your words to someone.
Than your words ever will. Your actions speak
Yeah.
so much
Your
louder.
words.
It really is
they
true.
May, your friends or whoever
It really
that you're
is
doing,
true.
they may not need your words.
Yeah,
they just may need a hug for all I
They may
care,
want you
know?
to shut up.
Yeah, they may not want your words, but they may
Yeah.
just want a, an arm around their shoulder
Yeah.
or a hug from you or
They
something
may
like
just want you to be quiet and listen to them.
Yeah, that is one big thing that we don't do.
Yeah.
We want to try to fix everybody's
everybody's
This is for
problems.
guys. We want to fix everybody's problems,
Yep.
and sometimes we just need to shut up and listen.
Shut up and listen.
So, and your friend may want you to do that. You may be
Song.
the one person that wants to fix everything, but your friend just
Yes.
says, "Listen, I just want you to shut up and listen to me for
Yeah,
a
don't
few
try to
minutes."
fix me. Don't try to
No, just be
judge
there.
me right
be there
now.
for
Just
that person.
be here for me, right?
That's an action
That's
of
such
love.
a reminder to me, to probably a bunch of you. We don't always have to jump in and fix it. We say, well, Jesus would want me to fix this. Well, Jesus would want you to love them. So,
So he can fix it. Because Jesus is the only
You're
one that
so
can fix it.
Yep.
So
Yep.
he may
That's
just
good.
want, just be there just to listen to that person. They want to tell you what's going on with them. Just be there to listen. Be there to listen.
we hope that this has helped you guys. Comment and let us know if this has been a good discussion. So this week, let love be your filter. Remember that in everything you do. So the next time you use a filter, remember this talk. Let love be my filter. Let everything I do, let love.
Paul, I know you're watching right now. Paul Cooper is my cousin, and he's downstairs right now. As I was talking about who I could think about who was someone who did everything in love, he just texted me and said, "What about me?" Paul, I love you, but I'm sure I love you with all my heart, but Mama exceeds you, okay?
Sorry,
is,
Mama won. She
Mama
beat you.
won. Mama won.
totally beat you.
Yeah,
But Paul does do everything in love.
yeah, he does
Okay.
do everything in love.
Yay.
So there you go, Paul.
Okay,
love
but you know what? We could all do better with this, you guys. Every one of us could do better.
Yeah, we're
with
speaking.
this.
We're
Every
not
one
speaking
of
just to
us.
you. I mean, we're even
Oh
doing
my
this
God,
like for
yes.
ourselves to reflect on what we
Yes.
say to other people and what we say
Yes.
to each other.
And sometimes
know?
we do it without thinking, and we
Yeah.
don't even think about what we say or our actions. And this is
Because
a wonderful
sometimes
reminder.
Lauren wants to say something to me, and I want to try to fix it immediately, and that's just the way I am.
Yeah.
She's like, I just don't want you doing it. I just want you to sit here and listen to me for a moment, So
Shut up and listen.
yeah.
Okay, so we've got some prayer requests. Listen, go ahead and send us if you haven't already sent us any prayer requests you have, go ahead and comment them
I've got
in.
I got a couple right here. Heaven Brander has an unspoken request. Taylor Elliott, her grandmother for her health, is the
Amen.
ones I have right now.
Okay,
You have some?
let's see. Skylar Friends. And also, let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. Madison, for her family will be approved for financing on a new home.
Oh wow.
So,
Oh, wow.
absolutely.
Yes,
That's a good
absolutely.
one. Amen. All right. If you still send us your prayer requests, so we can remember those in need. And I think let's pray, and then we will wrap it up this week. Okay.
So yeah,
That's
again,
good.
keep sending in your prayer requests. They'll text it to us, and as we're praying, once we get it, we will mention it and everything. But to let you know, guys, we're praying for all of you. No matter if you have a need or you don't have a need, we pray for all of you that as we go through this time, that God will just be there with you, and we're gonna come through this, and it's just gonna be great. Oh yes. We're going to get Crystal said, the bad storm that's coming tomorrow. I know for a fact the storm that we had this past Sunday was terrible. People lost their, some people lost their homes, power and everything like that. We got a bad one coming tomorrow, actually, too. We got another bad one coming tomorrow, so to pray that everyone will be safe and taken care of tomorrow for that. So, yeah. Okay, we'll do this. I got a praise report from Cassie. We'll do that after we get done praying because that's just something great. So we'll mention that. But let's pray really quickly and ask God as they're still coming through. We'll be praying for those. So, God, I thank you, dear Lord, for this day. I thank you
Jesus.
for a beautiful day that you've given us, dear God. I thank you for, another breath to breathe, that we can wake up and to bless your name in everything we do, give you glory and honor in everything we say and everything we do, and that we put our hands to. Lord, I ask you for Heaven, who has an unspoken request. God, you know the situation. You know what she needs. Lord, I ask that you would be there for her. Whatever it is, you know the situation. You're the only one that can fix it. For Taylor Elliott's grandmother, for her health, dear God, bless her right now. Be with her. Give her the health that she needs. You know the situation. You know what's going on. So be that healer. For the bad storm that's coming through tomorrow, and everyone in our area and around the surrounding areas, for people who have already lost their homes through these bad storms and tornadoes that are going through, God, I ask you would be there to strengthen them, give them the comfort that they need. Dear God, keep them safe this week as they come through, as tomorrow when that storm comes through. God, keep every one of our students and their homes and their families safe from all that, dear Jesus. So be there. Lauren, for Lauren Watts' mom, for her need, dear God, I ask that you would be that healer.
Yes, Lord. Touch your knee, Jesus.
For Heaven's great grandmother,
Hallelujah.
dear
Thank you,
God, be,
Lord.
there's a
Healing,
lot of
Father.
us that need your healing
Yes,
touch in
Lord.
our lives right
Thank you,
now.
Jesus.
So
Thank you,
be the God
Jesus.
that can do that, dear
Thank you
Jesus.
that you are a God of healing, Lord. Thank you, Father. Are you finished with
Yeah.
Lord, we pray for Gabby right now and Sophia. Their dad is a nurse. And Jesus, I just pray for him. I lift him
Yes,
up. Lord, I don't
Jesus.
know his name, but they say he's in California. And God, I pray right where he is, Lord. That's probably a tough place to be right now. I pray that you would put a hedge around him.
Yes,
Lift
dear
him up, Jesus. When he's weak and he doesn't have a lot of strength left, Lord, I pray just, Holy Spirit, just renew his strength.
Yeah.
Lord, you are his strength, God. Everything he needs comes from you. Help him, Jesus. Lift him
Yes.
up, Lord. Give him a new strength to wake up to the day tomorrow. And I pray that every person he comes in contact with, Lord, that they will receive a blessing from you,
Yes,
Jesus.
dear Jesus.
Let his
Do it,
hands
dear
be a
Lord.
blessing, Father. Work through Gabby and Sophia's dad, Jesus. Let other people be a blessing. Oh, let him be a blessing to other people. And Lord, help Gabby and Sophia, Lord, since they're apart from him right now. But I pray, Lord, that you would just put a peace around them, Lord, knowing that their
Yes, dear
dad is
Jesus.
doing a good work and that he will come back to them very soon. Touch him, Jesus. Touch Skylar,
Yes.
Lord, her friends, Lord. I pray you would just give Skylar the words she needs to say or the spirit, Lord, that you want her to have. Give Skylar the wisdom she needs to help her friends. I pray for her friends. Whatever's going on, Jesus, you know it. Let your will be done. I pray for Madison, her home, the new home her parents are trying to get in the financing. God, you have it all taken care of. Lord, you know what's going to happen tomorrow. You have all the books down for tomorrow's, everything that's going to happen. I pray, Lord, that you would work it all out, Lord, for their good
Yes, dear
and your
Jesus.
glory, Jesus. You know
Yes, dear
exactly what they
Jesus.
need. Work it out, Jesus. Give them the home of their dreams, Lord. Blow their minds. But I pray that you'll get all the glory out of it, Jesus. And we pray for Louis, Colton, Sylvia. Jesus, touch them, Jesus, as they're dealing with the loss of their dad. Lord, I pray just step in, Jesus.
Yes, dear
Touch Heather
Jesus.
and Tiffany. Wrap your arms around them. Bring them closer together as a family like never before. Let them just feel a peace in their home, in their rooms, everywhere they go, God, in this time of where we just have to sit at home, Lord. But I pray just permeate everywhere they are, God, right
Yes, dear
now.
Jesus.
Let them, Lord, just know that it was you, that without you, they wouldn't be able to do anything else. Help them, Jesus. I pray, Lord, I pray for their attitudes, God. Sometimes we can get short with our attitudes right now, but I pray that everyone would just have a great spirit in the home, Lord. And touch Kara, God, as she's going through her pregnancy right now. Lord, you know everything about the situation, God.
Yes,
You know
dear
exactly
Jesus.
where she is, and you know exactly who her baby is and who he's going to be. Lord, I pray just put your hand on her, Lord. Touch her, Jesus. Let this healing happen right now, God. And I know, Lord, I know that everything will work out in the end, God, because that baby belongs to you, Jesus. We thank you, Lord, for being able to come together even though it's online, Jesus. We give you all the praise, all the glory, and all the honor. Thank
Yes,
you
dear
for these
Jesus.
students, Lord. Go with them, Jesus. The ones who are watching and the ones who didn't get to. Go with them this week. Keep them safe until we can see them again, Father. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
We thank you for
Amen,
that. God, let love be our filter this week. Let
Yes.
everything that we say and everything
Yes,
that we
Lord.
do, dear God, be in
Help us
love,
to
dear
remember
God.
that
Let
everything
us,
we do in love.
let love be our filter.
We have one more request.
Yes.
Jonathan Matthews, his brother.
Is that what he?
So David, you want to pray for him?
Yeah, God, we ask,
know
Lord
you,
God,
David.
that you would touch David right now,
Yes,
God,
God.
whatever he is and whatever
Touch
he's
David.
doing.
Yes,
God, you
Jesus,
know
help
the
him.
situation. You know what's going
Give him
on, dear
wisdom,
God.
Give him wisdom.
Yeah, touch him,
Yes,
bless
Lord.
him, guard and protect him
Guard
from
and
everything,
protect
dear
him,
God.
Jesus.
Touch him
Send
right
your
now, dear
angels
God.
down, God. to
Send
be
a
with
guardian
him
angel
where
right to
he
where
is.
he's at to walk with
Yes,
him and to be
Lord.
there to
Walk
comfort
with him,
him and
Jesus.
strengthen him. We thank you for
Hallelujah.
that.
Thank you, God.
In Jesus' mighty name.
Amen.
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 Hey, I know we were going to mention this as soon as we got done, but last week we prayed for Cassidy's
yes.
cousin who was going in for surgery at that moment.
Yes.
Cassidy wrote a praise report and said her cousin came through surgery great.
Yes, awesome.
So we thank God for that.
Amen,
That is
amen.
awesome.
Yay.
So
We're so glad, Cassidy. Thank you for letting us know.
yeah.
Yeah, and if you've told us prayer requests and just let us know what happens. If you know what happens, let us know.
Yeah,
'cause
so
we
that's great,
wanna
Cassidy.
celebrate
We
with you. Amen.
we love that. Okay. I know for a fact. Oh, what happened to our Instagram?
I don't really
Um,
know.
We're gonna again. I'm gonna count down from 10, and if you still need to write your name in, write your name in. So I give you 10 seconds to do that. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2.5, 2 3/4, 1. Okay,
Did we get Jonathan Matthews?
Did we get?
Did we get him down in there? Because
We did?
I
Okay.
didn't see him. Okay.
Okay, you can't write your name in because, one, they're about to bring me the bucket and we can't write any more names down. So, come here.
It is over.
Come on. Where's the bucket?
Come
Come
hither.
Anthony has been so gracious to help us out. He's one of the guys chatting with you. Also, Nikki's back there chatting with you,
Y'all
too.
need to come up here.
And then, yeah, y'all come up here real quickly, Nikki. Come here.
Yeah, they want to see.
Come
they
here,
wanna
Jonathan.
See you. Mr.
Come here.
Jonathan, Mr.
Wait,
Lee,
you
and
know,
Caleb.
there's a lot more
guys
than
don't
just us two
know
that are up
Caleb.
here
Okay.
running that.
Yay, Caleb.
So we're, yeah, you're there.
Here, they can pull the names out of the hat.
Yeah. Y'all can help us pull names. We got three.
Listen,
we
we
got
are
three
all
names
still
to pull.
here, even though we don't get to see you every week. We're all still here.
We're
Like,
all
nothing
still
has happened
here.
to us.
We love you.
We're all still
So,
here.
Yes, we're all still alive. Okay, so we're going to draw 3 names because there's 3 chances. So we'll go with Jonathan, then Nikki, and then Anthony. You'll draw the last name. So whoever's going to win a free large pizza
So
from
excited.
wherever, I'm super stoked. So, all right,
Exciting.
draw the first name, Mr. Jonathan.
Do they get to choose where they get the pizza from, or just the toppings?
Let's do the toppings.
Just the. You get what you get.
Yeah.
you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. All right, the first pizza goes to Lauren Watts.
Yeah, Lauren! Woo! Lauren, you get a free
Oh my
pizza.
gosh.
We will give that to you tomorrow. We're gonna deliver it tomorrow sometime. We don't know. We'll text you. We'll text you and let you know, Lauren. Awesome. All right, Nikki.
I feel so much power right now. Hold on. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Kara Osteen.
Kara, yeah, right. You get a large pizza. A large pizza from us. Lauren ate pizza, so, so that's good. All right, so we got Lauren Watts, Kara Osteen, and, all right, Anthony. We're doing all good.
And final pizza goes to Blake Poco.
Blake Pocapani, all right, Blake.
Hi.
You get a free pizza.
I'm going to help you eat that.
Anthony's going to deliver it and sit there with you as you eat it, and he's going to help you. So we got 3.
Oh,
we
leave
got,
me hanging.
Oh,
Okay.
she left her hanging. Give her a high five. Give Lauren a high five.
Not a big deal.
All right,
didn't
so
see it. I was
Lauren
late.
Watts, you're our winner. Kara Osteen, you're our winner. And Blake Pocapani, you're our
Yay!
winners tonight. So we will
Pizza
be delivering a
tomorrow.
large pizza to you.
Tell us what you want on your pizza.
Yeah, like if you want sausage or you just want cheese or you want pepperoni and
Yeah.
sausage or lettuce, we need to know. So write us back or instant message us.
Yeah.
Like text
Yeah.
us if you got our number or whatever. Tell us what you want.
What you want on your pizza?
What you want on your pizza. We're going to give you a large pizza now, so you're
I'm
going to
so
get a large
excited.
one. So you can either share it with your family
Share
or you
it.
can eat it
No.
all yourself.
It's my pizza.
It's totally up to you. So that is totally up to you.
I
So
think I would not share.
there are
this.
3 winners, so let us know. Write us on Instagram or Facebook or text us or let us know. We want to know. We
We want to know. Okay, we love you guys.
we love you guys. We hope you have a
great
great rest
week.
of the week. We're praying for you. And We will see you tomorrow. Don't forget about Zoom. Zoom tomorrow at 2:30. 2:30 tomorrow on Zoom. We want to see all your lovely faces. So be on tomorrow at Zoom. Let us know if you need the ID. Bye, guys. See ya.